So I'm on the bus. I get to finally get on the bus, and I'm looking out the window, and the bus is getting kind of crowded because kids are getting out of school and they got to get on the bus too. And eventually, we get to this point. I'm looking out the window and I'm looking, hoping to see like a flagpole or something that'll give me an indication that this is where the post office is. And I'm looking, and I don't see any flagpoles. And we come to the stop, and there's a whole lot of people getting on the bus, and I got a seat. And the thought comes across my mind: get off here and let somebody else get the seat. And I ain't have no better sense than just say, okay, get up and get off the bus and let someone else. And I'm looking around, I'm looking on my droid trying to see if I can locate the address of the post office. And I decided to just go into a store and ask. And I'm told that it's right up the street in the next block. I walk up there, and wouldn't you know it, they closed. They closed at 4 o'clock, and it was a little after 4. There was someone standing by the door, and they weren't letting anybody in. So I started thinking, wow, this bus really messed me up by bringing me up here late. But I have learned to always look for a bright side in things. Anytime there's an obstacle, you have got to, at least I have found that I have got to make sure that I am willing to pay the price to get through that obstacle or around that obstacle, because there's something on that other side. There's something there. So instead of me thinking, okay, oh, this is terrible, I'm come all the way up here on this bus and the post office is closed, crazy bus drivers. I started saying, okay, well, let me just go around here and knock on some doors and hand out some DVDs. And there just happened to be a church, um, a couple of 100 yards maybe up from the post office, the next building, I believe it was. And I went there and I rang the doorbell, and no one answered. So I looked around. I saw that there was a mailbox there, and I took out a DVD and dropped it in the mailbox. And as I walked away, I turned around, I looked at the sign, and I wrote down the pertinent information from off the sign: the name of the church, the name of the pastor, and the phone number, feeling that I would just give a call later. And as I turn around, there's a gentleman coming from across the street with a telephone in his hands, and he's asking me, "Can I help you?" And I just looked at him and said, "I don't know. Do you work here? Do you have something to do with the church?" And he said, "Yes." And I said, "Oh, okay. Well, my name's John Banks Jr. And I dropped the DVD off in the mailbox, because I'm just going around and introducing myself to different people in the area and different businesses, and letting them know what I do, and perhaps it's something that I can help them with what I do. And the DVD will explain it all. It'll take care of the business. And I'd like to come back perhaps sometime. I was planning on calling and to speak with the pastor to find out if there's something that I can do, or someone I can speak to and say, hey, did you look at the DVD? What did you like about it?" And this gentleman says, "Hold on a second." And he turns his back to me, and he's talking on the phone again. And I'm just standing there wondering, okay, well, what's going on? Then he turns back around, and he says, "Here, talk to the pastor." What? And I'm talking to the pastor, and the pastor is explaining to me that I had just missed them because I got there late. I had just missed them because they had just had a meeting in the church, and they were trying to determine what they were going to do to get on the internet. And here I show up. I said, well, God is good. Now, I'm just saying that because it's just so important for you to pay attention and do what you need to do. And as I've shared with other people on Facebook, look for the silver lining in every cloud, because there's probably going to be one in there if you're willing to take the opportunity and look. Till the next time, God bless, peace.